and happy Chol HaMoed Pesach. Today we bring you a special program of songs and stories of Pesach. I will sing the songs. Rabbi Akiva will tell the stories. We begin with Kadesh Urchatz, a listing of the parts of the Seder in order. I'll sing it in Hebrew and then in English. The melody is an old Babylonian tune. Kadesh Urchatz Karpas Yachatz Magid Rochza Motzi Matzah Maror Korech Shulchan Orech Tzafun Barech Hallel Nirtzah. Sanctify the wine and wash our hands. Eat the green vegetable, break the middle matzah. Tell the story of the Exodus, wash our hands once more. Say motzi before we eat and bless the matzah. Eat the bitter herbs, make a Hillel sandwich. Enjoy the festival meal. Find Afikomen, say Birkat Hamazon. Recite prayers of praise, and that's the end. Next, we sing Ma Nishtana, the 4 questions. Ma nishtana halayla hazeh mikol halelot, mikol halelot, shebechol halelot anu ochlin chametz umatzah, chametz umatzah. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, kulo matzah. Kulo matzah. Number 2, shebechol halelot anu ochlin she'ayerakot, she'ayerakot. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, maror, 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 maror. שבכל הלילות אין אנו מפילין אפילו פעם אחת, אפילו פעם אחת. הלילה הזה, הלילה הזה, הלילה הזה, הלילה הזה, שתף עמים, שתף עמים. Fourth question, שבכל הלילות אנו אוכלים בין יושבין ובין מסובין, בין יושבין ובין מסובין. הלילה הזה, הלילה הזה, הלילה הזה, הלילה הזה, כולנו מסובין, כולנו מסובין. Now that's a fairly modern Israeli melody. Some of you may remember a more traditional tune to Ma Nishtana. Ma nishtana halayla hazeh mikol halelot, shebechol halelot anu ochlin chametz umatzah. Halayla hazeh kulo matzah, shebechol halelot anu ochlin she'ar yirakot. Halayla hazeh maror, maror. And it goes on like this through all the rest of the song. La 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 la. how different this night is from all other nights. On all other nights we eat bread or matzah. On this night, why do we eat only matzah? Okay, anyway, you get the idea. On all other nights, we eat all kinds of vegetables. On this night, why do we eat only maror? On all other nights, we do not have to dip vegetables even once. On this night, why do we dip them twice? On all other nights, we eat our meals sitting any way we like. On this night, why do we lean on pillows? Good night. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm just being silly. All right, now we continue. The next song I'm going to sing is Avadim Hayinu. We were slaves, now we are free. Avadim hayinu, hayinu, ata b'nei chorin, b'nei chorin. Avadim hayinu, ata b'nei chorin. Avadim hayinu, ata b'nei chorin, b'nei chorin. Ata b'nei chorin, b'nei chorin. Sing along. Avadim hayinu, hayinu, ata b'nei chorin, b'nei chorin. Avadim hayinu, ata b'nei chorin. Avadim hayinu, ata b'nei chorin, b'nei chorin. Ata b'nei chorin, b'nei chorin. Now, I want to sing you a song that is not so well known. I happen to like it very much. And we just sang about we were slaves, now we are free. This song is called What is Freedom? It was written by Cantor Charles Davidson of Philadelphia, a very, very fine cantor and talented musician. What is freedom? What is freedom for? What is freedom? What is freedom for? Freedom is for us in America, when a thought unique we are free to speak. What is freedom? What is freedom for? What is freedom? What is freedom for? Freedom is for us in America, when on the Sabbath day we are free to pray for a man to be free. He must be free to be. How can a man be a man unless he free his fellow man? Unless he free his fellow man. Now, there is a song that is an old spiritual, and it tells the story of the Exodus. You know what it's called? Let my people go. When Israel was in Egypt land, let my people go. oppressed so hard they could not stand. Let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh to let my people go. Thus saith the Lord, bold Moses said, let my people go. If not, I'll smite your firstborn dead. Let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh to let my people go. As Israel stood by the waterside, let my people go. By God's command it did divide. Let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh to let my people go. I heard you all singing. That was great. We have so much to be grateful for, even when times are hard. Dayenu is a song that gives a whole list of all the things that God has done for us. And then it says, if he would have done only given us one of these things, it would have been enough. But he gave us all of these blessings. I'll just sing of the three very important ones. If he would have taken us out of Egypt, Dayenu would have been enough. If he would have just given us the Shabbos, Dayenu would have been enough. If he had just given us the Torah, Dayenu, it would have been enough. Ilu ilu hotzianu mi Mitzrayim, hotzianu mi Mitzrayim, dayenu, 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 dayenu. Ilu natan lanu et ha-Shabbat, natan lanu et ha-Shabbat, dayenu, 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 dayenu. Ilu natan lanu et ha-Torah, natan lanu et ha-Torah, dayenu, 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 dayenu. I heard you singing. That was very good. God's faithfulness to Israel has always been a source of strength to our fathers and to us. For not only the Egyptians rose up to destroy us, in every generation they rise up against us, and God delivers us from their hands. Vehi she amada. והיא שעמדה לאבותינו ולנו, והיא שעמדה לאבותינו ולנו, שלא אחד בלבד עמד עלינו לכלותנו, שלא אחד בלבד עמד עלינו לכלותנו, אלא שבכל דור ודור עומדים עלינו לכלותנו, עומדים עלינו לכלותנו, והקדוש ברוך הוא מצילנו מידם, והקדוש ברוך הוא מצילנו מידם. According to ancient Jewish tradition, the prophet Elijah ascended to heaven in a fiery chariot and vanished. And the belief grew that someday Elijah would return to earth and that he would be the forerunner of the Messiah. That's why we leave a cup on the Seder table for Elijah. And this is the song we sing. Eliyahu hanavi, Eliyahu hatishbi, Eliyahu hagiladi, bimhera v'yameinu yavo eleinu, im Mashiach ben David, im Mashiach ben David, Eliyahu hanavi, Eliyahu hatishbi, Eliyahu hagiladi. Now I have to share with you someone had a little fun with Elijah and decided to make a parody and write a song about Elijah that the melody comes right out of Leonard Bernstein's West Side Story, and it's sung to the tune of Maria. Elijah, I just saw the prophet Elijah, and suddenly that name will never sound the same to me. Elijah, he came to our Seder. Elijah, he had his cup of wine, but could not stay to dine this year. Elijah, for your message we all are waiting, that the times come for peace and not hating. Elijah, next year we'll be waiting. Elijah, the most beautiful sound I ever heard. Elijah. Echad mi yodea, who knows one, is a children's favorite that has appeared in the Haggadah since the 15th century. We don't know who wrote the words, and we think it might have been included in the Haggadah in an effort to keep children awake during the Seder. The song is a numerical countdown of 13 principles of Judaism, with 13 being the 13 attributes of God. In different versions, some of the numbers represent different things. For example, 9 in some versions means the number of months a mother carries a child. Or it can mean the number of festivals. The number 8 can mean either the days before circumcision of a boy or the 8 lights of Hanukkah. The number 6 can either mean the 6 sections of the Mishnah or 6 days of creation. It might be that the alternative answers were created to kind of shield really small children from more mature concepts like, childbirth and circumcision, that kind of thing. So anyway, and there are a number of melodies to it, but the melody that's most well known is an old Yemenite folk song, and that's the melody I'll use now. And okay, I'll tell you about the other one in a moment. All right. Echad mi yodea, Echad ani yodea, Echad Eloheinu, 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 Sheba shamayim uva'aretz, Sheba shamayim uva'aretz. Shnayim mi yodea, Shnayim ani yodea, Shnei luchot habrit, Echad Eloheinu, 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 Sheba shamayim uva'aretz, Sheba shamayim uva'aretz. Shlosha mi yodea, Shlosha ani yodea, Shlosha avot shnei luchot habrit, Echad Eloheinu, 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 Sheba shamayim uva'aretz, Sheba shamayim uva'aretz. Now I took it up to just 3. Now, I read that this song was included in the Haggadah to keep children awake, but I'm thinking that if you're saying this song to this melody for 13 verses, by the time we got through, I think the little kids would be asleep. But anyway, that is the tune that most people know. I took that through. Okay, so we know Echad ani yodea, one God is one. Shnei, 2 means the tables of the covenant, the tables of the tablets of the Torah. Shlosha, 3 means the patriarchs, the Avot, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So let me now sing you another version. This is based on an English folk song called Green Grow the Rushes. You might recognize this song, this melody. I think it's fun. It's I'll Sing You One Ho. The ho is just there for rhythm emphasis. Okay, here we go. I'll sing you one ho, Echad mi yodea. What is your one ho? One is God and one alone, and evermore shall be so. I'll sing you two, ho, Shnayim miodea. What are your two, ho? Two are the tables of the covenant. One is God and one alone, and nevermore shall be so. I'll sing you three, ho, Shlosha miodea. What are your three, ho? Three are the patriarchs, two are the tables of the covenant. One is God and one alone, and nevermore shall be so. I'll sing you four, ho, Arba miodea. What are your four, ho? Four are the mothers of Israel, three are the patriarchs, two are the tables of the covenant. One is God and one alone, and evermore shall be so. I'll sing you five, ho, Chamisha miodea. What are your five, ho? Five are the books of Moses, four are the mothers of Israel, three are the patriarchs, two are the tables of the covenant. One is God and one alone, and evermore shall be so. I'll sing you six, ho, Shisha miodea. What are your six, ho? Six are the days of creation, five are the books of Moses, four are the matriarchs, three are the patriarchs, two are the tables of the covenant. One is God and one alone, and evermore shall be so. I'll sing you seven, ho, Shiva miodea. What are your seven, ho? Seven are the days of the week, six are the days of creation, five are the books of Moses, four are the matriarchs, three are the patriarchs, two are the tables of the covenant. One is God and one alone, and evermore shall be so. I'll sing you eight, ho, Shmona miodea. What are your eight, ho? Eight are the lights of Hanukkah, seven are the days of the week, six are the days of creation, five are the books of Moses, four are the matriarchs, three are the patriarchs, two are the tables of the covenant. One is God and one alone, and evermore shall be so. I'll sing you nine, ho, Tisha miodea. What are your nine, ho? Nine are the festivals, eight are the lights of Hanukkah, seven are the days of the week, six are the days of creation, five are the books of Moses, four are the matriarchs, three are the patriarchs, two are the tables of the covenant. One is God and one alone, and evermore shall be so. I'll sing you ten, ho, Asara miodea. What are your ten, ho? 10 are the commandments, 9 are the festivals, 8 are the lights of Hanukkah, 7 are the days of the week, 6 are the days of creation, 5 are the books of Moses, 4 are the matriarchs, 3 are the patriarchs, 2 are the tables of the covenant. 1 is God and 1 alone, and evermore shall be so. I'll sing you 11, ho. Echad esrei miodea. What are your 11, ho? 11 stars in Joseph's dream. 10 are the commandments. 9 are the festivals. 8 are the lights of Hanukkah. 7 are the days of the week. 6 are the days of creation. 5 are the books of Moses. 4 are the matriarchs. 3 are the patriarchs. 2 are the tables of the covenant. 1 is God and 1 alone, and evermore shall be so. I'll sing you 12, oh, Shtayim Esrei Miodea. What are your 12, oh? 12 are the tribes of Israel, 11 stars in Joseph's dream, 10 are the commandments, 9 are the festivals, 8 are the lights of Hanukkah, 7 are the days of the week, 6 are the days of creation, 5 are the books of Moses, 4 are the matriarchs, 2, 3 are the patriarchs, 2 are the tables of the covenant. One is God and one alone, and nevermore shall be so. I'll sing you 13, ho. Shalosh Esrei Miodea. What are your 13, ho? 13 attributes of the Lord, 12 tribes of Israel, 11 stars in Joseph's dream, 10 are the commandments, 9 are the festivals, 8 are the lights of Hanukkah, 7 are the days of the week, 6 are the days of creation, 5 are the books of Moses, 4 are the matriarchs, 3 are the patriarchs, 2 are the tables of the covenant. One is God and one alone, and evermore shall be so. Now we come to Chad Gad Yah. Now Chad Gad Yah is in Aramaic, and it means an only kid. A kid is a baby goat. On the face of it, it seems like a very silly song. It talks about a dog and a cat and a stick and a fire and one thing and another. It goes on and on and on, adding every time there's a new verse, it adds another part. It's very much like Echad Miodea, in that it's kind of accumulative. It adds every time. It gets longer and longer because you got to go back through the list. I think it's 9 verses long. Now, I'm going to start singing it in Aramaic, and then I'm going to sing it in English. It has really a deeper meaning than on its surface. The kid really could stand for the Jewish people and the various animals and objects that can be symbols of nations that are trying to destroy the Jewish people. And the author of the song, at the end, he says, there will yet come a day when there will no longer be evil in the world, only goodness and peace. So it has a deeper meaning, but it sounds like a very silly song. Chad Gad Yah. Chad Gad Yah, Chad Gad Yah, Dezabin Abba Bitre Zuze. Chad Gad Yah, Chad Gad Yah. Ve'ata shunra ve'acha legadia dezavin abba bitre zuze. Chad Gad Yah, Chad Gad Yah. Ve'ata kalba ve'nashach l'shunra de'acha legadia dezavin abba bitre zuze. Chad Gad Yah, Chad Gad Yah. Ve'ata chutra ve'hika lekalba denoshach leshunra de'achal legadia dezabin abba bitre zuze. Chad Gad Yah, Chad Gad Yah. Now I went up to 4, the 4th verse, and if I sing all of them, I think my tongue will break off. So I'm going to now sing it in English. Okay. Chagadia, Chagadia, my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chagadia, Chagadia. Then came the cat and ate the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chagadia, Chagadia. Then came the dog and bit the cat that ate the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chagadia, Chagadia. Then came the stick and beat the dog that bit the cat that ate the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chagadia, Chagadia. Then came the fire and burned the stick that beat the dog that bit the cat that ate the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chagadia, Chagadia. Then came the water and quenched the fire that burned the stick that beat the dog that bit the cat that ate the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chagadia, Chagadia. Then came the ox and drank the water that quenched the fire that burned the stick that beat the dog that bit the cat that ate the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chagadia, Chagadia. Then came the butcher and slew the ox that drank the water that quenched the fire that burned the stick that beat the dog that bit the cat that ate the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chagadia, Chagadia. Then came the angel of death and killed the butcher that slew the ox that drank the water that quenched the fire that burned the stick that beat the dog that bit the cat that ate the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chagadia, Chagadia. Then came the Holy One, blessed be God, and destroyed the angel of death. That killed the butcher that slew the ox that drank the water that quenched the fire that burned the stick that beat the dog that bit the cat that ate the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chagadia, Chagadia. To conclude, we're going to sing the signature song of Pesach, Adir Hu. Now, Adir Hu is a very old song, and it dates from maybe the 6th or 7th century, and it didn't appear in the Haggadah till around the 15th century. We don't know who wrote it. It is a poem enumerating many qualities of God. It's really a hymn of praise. And it's in the form of an acrostic. So it starts with Aleph and goes all the way down the alphabet. So if you count the number of words, another number of descriptive words. I think there are 21 of them. So in other words, it starts with Adir Hu, mighty is he, talking about God. Okay, mighty is God. So it goes mighty, chosen, great, renowned, glorious, faithful, just, pious, pure, unique, powerful, knowing, royal, awesome, exalted, potent, redeeming, righteous, holy, merciful, almighty, and forceful. Those are all these descriptive words. Bachur-hu, Gadol-hu, Dagul-hu, Hador-hu, Vatik-hu, Zakai-hu, Chasid-hu, Tahor-hu, Yachid-hu, Kabir-hu. So if you sing this whole song, you'd be in the Seder for probably all night long, because there's many, many verses to many of these songs. We don't always sing them in their entirety. But I'm not going to sing the whole song, but I'm going to show you how it goes. And I'm sure you know this melody. Adirhu, Yivnei Veito Bekarov, Bimheira, V'yamenu Bekarov, El B'nei Veitcha Bekarov. Now I'll give you an example of the first verse. Bachur-hu, Gadol-hu, Dagul-hu, Yivnei Veito Bekarov, Bimheira, B'yamenu Bekarov, El B'nei Veitcha Bekarov. Each verse has 3 more words that are more descriptions of how wonderful and how the awesomeness of God. So I'm not going to go through every one of them, but just to give you an idea, the first verse, when we say Adirhu, Yivnei Veito Bekarov, it says, may he build his temple immediately, swiftly in our days, immediately. Oh God, build your temple immediately. B'nei Veitcha Bekarov. So that's what it. Now the English that we sing does not reflect the meaning really. These are the old English words. God of might, God of right, thee we give all glory, thine all praise in these days as in ages hoary. When we hear year by year freedom's wondrous story. Or another English verse is often sung, God of might, God of right, we would bow before thee, sing thy praise in these days, celebrate thy glory. As we hear, year by year, freedom's wondrous story. This is the tune that has become the motif, the signature tune of Pesach. Now, there's another tune written by Shlomo Carlebach. And let me show you how that one goes. Adirhu, Yivnei Veito Bekarov. Adirhu, Yivnei Veito Bekarov. Bimheira, V'yamenu. Bimheira, V'yamenu. אל בני בני ביתך בקרוב, אל בני בני ביתך בקרוב, אדיר הוא יבנה ביתו ביתו בקרוב, אדיר הוא יבנה ביתו בקרוב, במהרה בימינו, במהרה בימינו, אל בני בני ביתך בקרוב, אל בני בני ביתך בקרוב, אדיר הוא יבנה ביתו בקרוב, אדיר הוא יבנה ביתו בקרוב, במהרה בימינו, במהרה בימינו, אל בני ביתך בקרוב, אל בני ביתך בקרוב, אדיר הוא יבנה ביתו בקרוב, אדיר הוא יבנה ביתו בקרוב, במהרה בימינו, במהרה בימינו, אל בני ביתך בקרוב, אל בני ביתך בקרוב. And it goes on forever, never stopping, because that's how Shlomo Carlebach does it. Every tune that he writes, it never ends. It just so I'm going to say goodbye now, and I'm going to go la 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 la, bye bye, la la la, shalom shalom, la 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 Happy Chol HaMoed. Hope to see you soon. Shalom.
Hello, residents of Montefiore. I hope you enjoyed the beautiful songs from Cantor Gary. It was more than 45 minutes of great singing. I can tell you, I enjoyed it so much, and I couldn't help but singing along. So I wanted to add on to these beautiful songs with some stories. And you have a tremendous treat because, my stories are so-so, but my stories are not as good as the stories as my son. So I'm going to share with you now one story by my son, Eli, or Eliezer. He's going to tell his story to you, and then I'm going to follow with two more. So here's Eliezer David.
Rev Eisner was a beloved mashgiach in the Gerer study hall in Tel Aviv. He was a Holocaust survivor who unfortunately was childless. However, not only did he survive the Holocaust, but he also helped others survive. How did he help others survive? With humor and laughter and encouraging other people. He lifted the spirits of those around him and made them happy when all circumstances were beckoning to them to be broken and sad. One night, Rav Gadla was lying on a slab of concrete with 8 other men in the barracks of the concentration camp. Rav Gadla was lying on the end of the line, and suddenly he gave the man lying near him a little jab in the rib cage. He lied and suddenly gave the man. He whispered to the man near him to pass on the jab to the next man in the line. Surprised and confused, Rav Gadla's neighbor followed instructions and told the man next to pass on the jab. After a few seconds, all the men were jabbed. Surprised and intrigued, a whole row of men looked at Rav Gadla for an explanation. Rav Gadla smiled and said, "Very soon we'll break free from the situation. We'll be back in the Gerer study hall, and then we'll be by the leader's tish. By the tish, people may be pushing, shoving, and jostling for a position. I don't want you to forget how it feels, so I give you a little job to remind you." They all smiled and went to sleep, yet they were different people because their spirits were lifted. God is testing us, and there's one way to make it through the difficult times, with bitachon. Bitachon means faith. We believe that God is kind, caring, and all-powerful. He can do anything. He can change anything in a split second. Soon things will be back to normal, maybe in a few weeks and hopefully sooner. Thank you.
Thank you, Eliezer. That was a great story. I love that one. I wanted to share with you a very popular story that you may have even heard, many a time before. And this story is told over about Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev. And Rabbi Levi Yitzchak was a famous Hasidic rabbi, and he lived around the time of the 1800s. And the thing about him was that he was always looking for an ability to take the Jewish people in his town and his community who were suffering, and they were under a constant stress and anxiety, and he wanted to take them and always make them look good before the Almighty, before God. And much of his life was spent making the Jewish people look good, redeemed, before God. He would always make light of their lacks, and he would enhance their great traits. So the following story is that the afternoon before Passover, this famous rabbi went around the town, and he was looking for smugglers. And he asked the smugglers for all kinds of stuff that had been illegal from the Tsar. He asked them for forbidden tobacco. He asked them how to get smuggled jewelry and embroideries. And somehow there was always a guy who knew how to find that particular thing. If you had the right amount of money, if you could pay the right price, you could get anything in the kingdom. But then he went on to a new commodity. He went around asking the smugglers, not exactly the best type of people. He said, I want to know if you can get me something very special, very rare. And this was, of course, the eve of Passover. He said to them, I want you to get me a piece of bread. And they looked at him with surprise. What, Rabbi? Get a piece of bread? It's on the eve of the Passover. How could I possibly have a piece of bread? This morning, we all sold our chametz, our leavened bread. We all got rid of it. I don't have a single speck available. And so he did the same thing over and over again. He went to many a merchant, and he said, I'll even give you a huge amount of money if you just give me a piece of bread. And not a single one of the Jewish merchants had a single piece of bread to sell. And with this information, the rabbi went up to God. He raised his hands to heaven. He says, God, look how great your people are. The Tsar of Russia has police and tax commissioners. He has all kinds of people to be scared of, but yet these smugglers are not scared of his police and his rules. But yet God, when he tells the Jewish people, you're not allowed to have any leavened products, he doesn't need any police, he doesn't need any courts, the Jewish people have nothing. And he said, God, look how proud you should be of your people. Look how they are. Mi ka'amcha Yisrael, who is like your nation of Israel. Well, I hope you liked that story. It was a very good story as far as I'm concerned. And I wanted to share with you another story. And as we all know, many of us had to have a very unique Passover Seder this year. What was unique about it was that we had to have it alone. We could not have it with our family, with our friends. And many of you guys, you residents of Montefiore, all of you in fact, had to have it alone in your room. So here's the following story that I heard. There's a rabbi who's well known. His name is Rabbi Y.Y. Jacobson. He's an inspirational speaker, and a lot of people call him with questions. And one day someone called them up with a question, a very sad question. This lady had recently gotten divorced and had gone through a lot of agony and difficulty, and she was expecting to have her children for the Seder. But at the last minute, her children were not able to attend due to some complexity in the family. She called up the rabbi and says, Rabbi, what do I do? Of course she didn't have a question what she could do. She had no choice. But her question to the rabbi was, how should I handle that? What should I do? And the rabbi thought for a moment, how can he console this lady? How can he give her strength to get through this difficult situation? And it came to him a story. The story is about the Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rav Menachem Mendel Schneerson, who was the beloved leader of the Chabad Lubavitch group in the early 2000s, through the early 2000s. In 1988, the Lubavitcher Rebbe lost his dear wife. And they spent everything, they did all the holidays and all the Sabbaths, they did all those together. And so now he was facing a Passover, a Pesach, without his wife. And he had made it known to the Hasidim, to the people in the synagogue, that this was going to be a different year for him, that he wasn't going to be spending Passover with his many students. And this was a rabbi who had no shortage of supporters. He had made thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people, connected to his movement all across the world. He wasn't lacking for friends, but he had made the decision that he would be having the Passover Seder alone in his office. And for some of the students in yeshiva, this did not sit well. How could their beloved rabbi, who's so beloved to people, just want to have his own Seder by himself in his office on the night of Passover? So what the students decided was, they had a whole plan, that they would wait outside the office. And of course, when it came to that part of the Seder, the part of Elijah, where you pour the cup for Elijah and you open up the door for Elijah to come in, they had a brilliant plan that they would burst in to the rabbi's office and they would greet him with a happy Passover, and then they would join him for the rest of the Seder and sing with him, enjoy, and everything would be great. So they did this, they finished their Seder very quickly, they ran to the rabbi's office and lay and wait, and then suddenly the door opened, and the rabbi opened the door, he saw the students, and surprisingly, he just dismissed them. He kind of had a sense for what they were doing, and instead of saying, "Come on in, boys, let's have this together," he was very firm. He said, "I'm going to be having this Passover by myself, and this year will be different from all others." And so many years later, one of the students of the Lubavitcher Rebbe asked him, they say, "Rebbe, explain to me, why did you decide to have this? Why did you decide to have your Passover Seder by yourself on the night, on the year of the passing of your wife?" And the rabbi said the following. He said that, "I know there would come a time in history when people would feel alone, when that many of our Jewish people would be forced to spend a Passover all by themselves. And they would wonder, how can I be strengthened? How can I be encouraged to do this all by myself? Is this okay? Is this all right?" And then one day they would find and hear my story, that even the great Lubavitcher Rebbe, the great Hasidic leader, he said that there was a time where he had to draw to himself, where he had to be by himself. And if it's okay for the leader of Chabad to be by himself for the Seder and just have his closeness to God, then it's okay for everybody else to do so. And that would give them strength and hope and inspiration in such difficult times. Well, I hope you enjoyed this story. I hope you enjoyed the story of my son Eliezer. And I think we have time for just one more story. Here we go. All right, I can't decide which one to say. One second. So I can't quite find the story, but I fortunately remember how it goes. There's a story of a great Hasidic rabbi, and I don't know his name, and unfortunately he was sent to Siberia. And he and many others were in Siberia for more than 14 years doing hard labor. It was truly, truly a horribly debilitating, painful time, and it was no wonder that virtually everybody had, lost their spirit, had lost their hope, and basically had just given up. And so a bunch of these people got together one night, and they were mourning about how life used to be. They were sharing stories about the good food they used to eat, about the good lives they used to have, about their families, and they were so, so sad, so downtrodden. And this night in particular, they focused on their professions. I used to be a famous merchant. I used to be a famous doctor. I used to be a famous scientist. All these things that they used to be, but now it's nothing. Who cares? No one cares about who I am. No one cares about me. As long as I chop down trees, and as long as I do the work that the Russian government demands of me, who cares what I am? It makes absolutely no difference what I am. And this whole group, they were crying, they were broken, they were so sad. But this one rabbi, this one Rebbe sat there with a plain face, with a contented look, and he just absorbed their pain and their emotions, and he looked around the room with a neutral face, a face of strength. And they couldn't help but notice, what's with his face? How come he's not downtrodden and crying like the rest of us? And that was his opening. That was his opening to tell the story that he was hoping to tell all the while. He said as follows. He says that I've always had a job. I've always had a very special job. And that job was not taken away from me from these Russians. They could never take this job away from me. And they looked at him with puzzlement. How could that be? This great rabbi who gave speeches, who used to write svarim, write books, who was famous in his community, they clearly had taken away his job. They clearly had prevented him from being who he was. He says, no. He says, as Jewish people, we have one job, and that is to be a servant of Hashem, a servant of God, that we have to serve Hashem, and we have to follow His commandments, and listen to Him. And that no matter what happens, whether times are good, whether times are bad, no matter what, we always have this job, and no one can ever take away this job from me. So I just want to conclude that this is the holiday of Passover, which is a season of us realizing that God made us slaves. God put us in Egypt, but He did it in order that we would serve Him, that we would work for Him, that we would have to be slaves in some sort, but we would be slaves to God and slaves to His mission, which ultimately would be good and which ultimately would build us as a nation and bring us together. So this is really a hard year, a very difficult one, but we all have to have hope. We all have to have hope, Lashana Haba B'Yerushalayim, that in the year to come we will dance together in Jerusalem, and that everything will be better. So wishing everyone a healthy and a happy Passover. And also don't forget, we have some more activities coming up. It'll be the eve of the 7th day of Passover soon, on Tuesday evening or Tuesday late afternoon. And so we'll have special programming then in honor of the upcoming holiday. And that will include also the Yizkor service, the memorial service. Usually we would remember the people who have passed away on the last day of Passover. But since we can't do that, we will have a special Yizkor service in its place during our service, which is going to take place on Tuesday at 3:30. So wishing everybody a happy Passover, a Chag Sameach, and a good Yontif.